Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're having a good day. I'm at home right now and I'm wearing my work at home outfit. For those of you that have cats, you probably understand the at home outfit versus the going out outfit. The shirt is covered in cat hair. I don't know if you can see that, but it is. And these pants are super comfortable. So this is typically what I wear when I'm working from home. So decided to stay home and do this because I just kind of felt like hanging out with my cats a little bit more. Hey Maurice, how's it going? And it's kind of nice to be able to do that, to have the freedom to do that. And also my studio is close to an A&W, which newly opened this year and is attracting smokers, and the smoke's getting into my studio. It's gross. It's not a good smell in a fitness studio. So we're working on getting that fixed. So hopefully we'll have that done pretty soon. So I did a post earlier, cost versus value, and started a few conversations with a few different people, which was great. That's why I put posts out a lot of time, because I kind of want to, start a conversation, see what people think. And so I thought I'd talk about this today, cost versus value. Oh, before that though, the other notifications I keep getting on Facebook, when they tell you you did this 1 year ago or whatever, ever since November, every one that I get is me working out. I think I post a lot of workout videos. So I should post more than just that, because you're probably getting bored of seeing me work out. Today was shoulders, by the way, if you didn't catch it. So cost versus value. So I've been in the fitness industry for a long time now, and when I talk to people about improving their health and fitness, whether it's changing diet or joining a gym or hiring a trainer or whatever it is, the biggest objection I get the most is that it's too expensive. So price is the biggest objection, and I totally get that. I know what it's like to have to try and save money, and you can't just spend it anywhere and everywhere. But the thing is that if you value something, if something has value to you, you're going to find a way to afford that. So when somebody tells me that they can't afford to look after their health and their fitness, what I'm hearing is that they don't value it enough. For whatever reason, they don't see the value in that. And I kind of get that too, because it's not an instant thing that happens. It's something that's going to happen down the road. It's something you're going to be very thankful for in years to come. So you don't get that instant gratification, so that's probably where the lack of value kind of lies. So, when you do see something as having value, you will find a way to find the money to buy that. And, it could be like fancy coffees, or it could be fast food, it could be alcohol, it could be spa days, or jewelry, or beauty products. It could be any number of things. There's things that hold value for you, and you really want that, and you'll find a way to get it. And my frustration is that there seems to be kind of a disconnect between value and having the value of having your health. And it sits deeply with me because I've been unhealthy before and then became healthy, so I understand that. And I've studied it, and for me, health is really, truly the most valuable thing you can have. And, if you are suddenly unhealthy, the only thing on your mind is to get healthy. That's the only thing you want, is to get and be healthy. So, when it comes to this type of thing, you kind of have to turn your brain around and think about it differently, I guess. And, I've been there about the cost thing. When I grew up, there was not a lot of money. So I learned at a very young age how to be very thrifty, and how, there's certain things that you just don't spend money on because they're not absolutely necessary. At 14, I got my first job at an A&W, and I worked there for 4 years. I put money away because I wanted to have money for stuff that I needed. And after 4 years, I graduated from high school, so I moved to Vancouver to go to BCIT, and I had to get student loans to do that. So now I was having this dreaded feeling about being in debt, starting out my adult life in debt. So again, I continued just being super, super thrifty. Like buying the ramen noodles or whatever, they're called, but not the brand name ones. Had to get the no-name ones because they were cheaper. I once bought this big sack of rice, and I ate rice for 1 week because it was cheap. But for whatever reason, even though I couldn't I couldn't afford proper food. I wasn't spending my money on that. I somehow justified affording cigarettes. So I was buying cigarettes and smoking them, of course, and destroying my health, and then going to the grocery store and buying the crappiest food because it was cheap, because I wanted to save money. Because for me, at that time, cigarettes had more value than looking after my health, because I didn't understand the importance of being healthy, the importance of taking care of your health. And when you're, 19, 20, you don't think that way. That just seems like a long ways off before you're going to be old and you have to worry about health. So I totally understand that mindset. My change of heart came when I got a little older, probably about mid-30s, early to mid-30s, and I was just so sick of being sick all the time, because I caught colds and flus all the time because I wasn't healthy. I wasn't feeding myself properly. Hey Brenda, how's it going? Hi James. And really sick of being depressed and anxious and wanting to hide in my house all the time because I just couldn't face the world. So I just got so sick of that, and I just, one day the light bulb went on or whatever, and I decided to take my health more seriously. So this is when I was getting into personal training. I decided to take a nutrition course, and what I learned I applied to myself. And what happened because of that just completely turned me around, completely changed my life. It didn't happen overnight. It was an effort that I decided to commit myself to for a certain period of time. And I told myself, if this doesn't work, I'm going to go back to what I was doing, and I'll just be miserable anyways. It doesn't matter. But I committed to a certain amount of time to actually get my health better. So I ate nutritious foods. I exercised in a more healthy way rather than overdoing it and using it as punishment. I was using it for what you're supposed to use it for, which was to get strong and be healthy. And yeah, it just changed my entire life. So I felt better about myself. I don't remember if I lost weight or not. All of a sudden, that wasn't really the big thing for me. So my thinking that way shifted. Like, exercise and diet wasn't just to lose weight. It was to be healthy and feel good. My depression lifted. I went off of my medications, and I no longer suffered with anxiety attacks, and my asthma pretty much went away, and my allergies pretty much went away. And I was like, holy crap, there is something to this. Why didn't I start doing this earlier? Why did I waste all that time being so miserable? So that's where I really, got it, like value versus cost. So when I shop for food, I mean, I'm not going to spend a ton of money buying everything organic. That's, it's just not what I'm going to do, but I am going to look for healthier alternatives. And as for like supplements, like the shake that I use, that's not something that I'm going to cheap out on, because I have had shakes in the past that were super cheap, and there was a reason, because they had like fructose and glucose and all this gross stuff added to them, artificial flavoring, artificial colors, just terrible stuff. So years ago, I actually was when I first tried Vega, which is a very nutritious shake at the time. I don't know, I haven't used it in years, so I don't know what it's like now. But it was a more expensive one, and I saw the value of that, so I invested in that, and I enjoyed the health benefits of that. I stopped using it for a few different reasons. I kind of got a little bit mad at the company because there was just a contamination thing that happened, and the whole thing just kind of turned into this ugly mess. So I was just like, oh, I don't want to associate with them anymore. So I actually stopped using their stuff because of it. And then a year and a half ago was when I was introduced to Shakeology. So I looked at that, and I looked at the price, and I was like, it was expensive. I wasn't shocked by it because it was fairly close to what Vega is kind of in that same sort of price range. So I understand, high quality ingredients you are going to pay more for. So I did some looking into it first before I ordered it. Of course, I wanted to make sure that I knew what the ingredients were and make sure there's nothing in there that I wouldn't want going into my body. I like the ingredients, so I ordered it. I like the taste, like the texture, everything, and I've been using it every day ever since, except for the past 4 days because the Easter weekend delayed my package, and I had a few days without my shakes, which sucked. But it's something that I will continue to use, and it's a higher price, but like I said, you pay for the quality, right, and the value of it. So what I did was I made the decision to not get to-go coffee anymore. So I just made that slight change. So a little extra money to put towards shakes. And, you know, it's just so worth it because of, you know, what it does for your health. So I guess I learned the lesson because I went from a very low point to a very high point. Like if I think about myself back then, I don't even recognize that person. I wouldn't want to be that person again. That was a really shitty place to be. So it just had a really significant impact on me when I saw what can happen when you're looking after your health and you're putting the right things in your body. And I just think it's really sad that we don't all have that same kind of thinking. I think even for some people, they almost think that it's a selfish thing to spend that kind of money on themselves. You know, like, oh, well, those shakes are so expensive, and even though it's going to improve my health, they feel that it's a selfish thing. And that's just, that type of thinking is just so wrong, because, you know, your health is so important. If your health deteriorates and you can't be there for your loved ones, you know, that's way more selfish than spending a little bit of extra money on something that's healthy and something you can share with your family too, and help improve their health. So I wish that more people would understand that. I think more people are starting to get it. More people are taking more of an interest in their nutrition, and they're seeing the ties between good nutrition, healthy body, healthy mind. So they're starting to get that sort of thing. But there's still, you know, kind of a wall that people are kind of putting up. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about today, because like I said, my post earlier started a few conversations with some people, which was really cool. And I just wanted to try and convey that feeling, you know, that so that you can understand what that means, like cost versus value, because you can't just look at the cost of things. You have to think about the actual value. And if it's valuable to you, then you'll make it work one way or the other, you know, whether it's healthy or not healthy. Like I said, what was valuable to me years and years and years ago were cigarettes. And I was spending a lot of money on those, and at the same time, I wasn't putting healthy foods in my body, because to me that wasn't valuable. So I learned a lesson. I learned a good lesson, and I like to share that with you guys. I like to share my journey with you guys because I feel like I learned a few good things along the way. If you have any questions or anything you want to chat about, you can always message me. And yeah, exactly, Brenda. Yeah, we spend our money on things that we value. So really think about what you value. Like, what do you value? What are you spending your money on right now? And how much do you value it? And, you know, what else do you want in your life? Like, what really holds true value for you? You know, give that some thought. I'm hoping it's your health, because, of course, I'm in the health and fitness industry, so I want that for everybody. And my experience was so great that I want everyone to experience that if they're suffering or struggling with their health at all. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about. So I got to go, because I got to get back to the studio and teach one more class. And that's it. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. You can message me anytime. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Have an awesome evening.